Hola amigos investors, how are you today? My name is Juan Estrella and I'm going to talk about Citigroup. So let's get started. Okay, so we have a Citigroup. It's the third largest banking institution in USA. It gets its revenue from global consumer banking, institutional clients group, and corporate, such as holding depositor funds, lending money, offering low-level financial advice, and providing card operations. Its main competitors we have a JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo. Okay, so now let's jump into the numbers. Currently we have a PE ratio of the 12.57. The forward PE ratio is the 761. So basically this is a very good entry, a very good point for me. And also if we can just check the price to book, also there is a 73 cents, or well, sorry, it's a 0.73. So as a kind reminder, remember that lower than the 1 in price to book, that would be great. Now, if we can just jump in another different numbers, for example, the price to sales, currently we have an average between the 1.63 and 121. So basically, as the time I'm just currently recording this video, it was an average of the 142. That actually, this is a little bit higher than one that I would like to expect, but in this case, in order just to compare the market that is basically always up, so actually, yes, that's pretty fair. And if we can just jump into the total equity, we have a $200.52 billion. So this is also a very good number. So basically, we have more equities than liabilities. And now if we can just jump into the current ratio, basically we have for the last quarter, we have an average of 1.52. So as a reminder, I would rather prefer just to have a 2 or more, but in this case, that's perfect. Okay, more than one, that also pretty fair. So that means that if they have an emergency, basically they will be able to just to pay all their debts. Now, for this specific case, I just want to show that the stock Citigroup is providing also dividend yield, and the average for share is the $2.04. So that means that it's about an average of 3.33% per year. Now, if we can just check the valuation for this specific stock, basically for this year, it has an average of 9.62. So that's a pretty good number. Yes, I really like these numbers. And also, if we can just compare for the last years, for example, the 2020, it was on 10.55, 2019 of 9.47, 2018 6.91. 2017 12.72, 2016 11.39. So basically for the lowest that the P ratio average of the year, it was the 2018 with 6.91, and also the highest actually was in 2017 with 12.72. So yeah, as you see, this is something that I actually like because this is basically a very healthy number. Now, if we can just jump into the next indicators, currently we have the pulling it indicator. Basically, we just by the time I'm just recording this video, the stock closed to 61.33. So basically this is something in this area that I really like to start to buy. Hopefully we can just go for example in this case like a 58. That would be also great, but yes, at least in this area I always like just to consider that it's a very good stock to buy. And also we can just jump to the next indicator, relative strength indicator. So basically that in this case is in average of the 47.58. So that means that it's pretty fair. Basically there is no overselling nor overbuying. So basically it's pretty fair. Now, if we can just compare basically this sector median against the stock C, Citigroup, basically this is something that I also like because, for example, if we can just check in the sector median for the PE gap forward ratio, basically we have a sector median of 13.52 against the Citigroup 9.33. So basically this is Citigroup is lowest than the sector median, and this is another healthy number that I really like. Now, if we can just compare, for example, the reports, basically for the last report, it was in January 15, 2021. And basically, the investors, they expect to have an earnings per share of 1.34. However, actually overpassed that number, and it was on earnings per share for $2.08. So that means that a surprise of plus 54.57%. And also, if we can just compare with the last year, basically we have, if we just count for the last quarter in 2020, it was $2.08, and against the last year it was $2.16. So that means that it was lower than the last year. I would like to expect to just be higher, but at least, as you can see, basically that's pretty fair because of the runner situation that we have. That's basically almost almost in the same, even though that is obviously lower in the 2020. But yeah, this is also a healthy number. It didn't fall too much. Now, if we can just jump to the technical support area, I just want to show you actually, for example, the possibilities that we can just have for this specific stock. So basically, it seems that it could be to the max of at least the 73.58, at least for the quarter of January until the April 2021. Hopefully we can just get a price of the 73.30 for the people who are interested for the swing trading. So yeah, basically this is a very good selling point for the people. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully we can just sell it in that specific, the highest point. Remember that at least for by the time I just recorded this video, is basically in the resistance of the 61.27. Okay, so yeah, let's give you the next specific resistance that I just found. Just let me put it bigger. So basically the next resistance that we have after the 73.30, basically we have the 69.71. The next one, the next resistance is 67.64. The next resistance is 61.18. The next one we have actually is not super strong, but at least it's a high possibility that we may have also a resistance of average of 55.71. The next one is 51.94, and finally the next future resistance that we may be, it also 49.79. Now, if we can be very for the people who wants to just jump into the long term, yeah, basically, for example, starting for less than $49, that would be great. And yeah, we have another resistance that is 46.29. And finally, the green area, that for the people that really wants to just get a very good start with this stock, hopefully we can just get it into the $40.28. It doesn't mean that it will go to this specific price, but at least I just want to show you that this is something that we can just keep in mind. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and see you on the next one. Bye.